Alright, everyone, it's good to have you all here today for another session. It's day 2 of the Freelance bootcamp, and I want to welcome you all here. If you're just joining us today, please kindly go through the Telegram group, so that you can see or watch the video for day 1. Okay, so this is day 2, and today we'll be talking about how to become a freelancer and start getting clients. Let's just get started. If you want to become a freelancer, you need just 3 things. Just 3 things. You need a high income skill, you need a phone or a laptop, and you need where to sell your skill. Now, if you noticed, I didn't just say skills, I specifically mentioned a high income skill. And this is for specific reasons. And in order for us to understand this, we'll have to take a look at what high income skills are. And they will say that a high income skill is simply a digital skill that you can get paid lots of money for and is in high demand. The emphasis is the lots of money and high demand. Reason being that you wouldn't want to start, or you will not want to learn a skill that will not fetch you lots of money, or something that is not in high demand. You want something that when you start up, it's something that people need. Most businesses need these things. They need it for their day-to-day business activities. Okay, and it's these skills that separates the freelancers from the high-paid freelancers. You want any skill that you're learning to be something that will fetch you lots of money and something that is in high demand. This way you can get paid extremely well, and you don't have to struggle or wait forever for you to get a gig. Now, let's take a look at some of these high income skills, some of them, because this list here is not exhausting. Okay, we have more, but these are some of the ones that I've picked out so that we can just take a proper look at them, or maybe know what they entail. So the first on my list is digital marketing. And then we said, okay, before I proceed, I want you to know that the information I'm going to be providing on these high income skills, they are not all encompassing. So I'm just going to give you brief information about them. If it's something that piques your interest, feel free to know more about them and see if it's something you would like to learn. So let's just get started. What is digital marketing? I know a lot of us here would have heard something like, oh, I'm a digital marketer, I'm this, I'm that. So digital marketing just involves any form of marketing that involves electronic devices. So any form of marketing that you're doing online, that's it. So any form of marketing you're doing online is digital marketing, and it includes what you know as search engine optimization. We have search engine marketing, we have content marketing, we have social media marketing, we have the pay-per-click advertising, we have affiliate marketing, which a lot of us would have heard about. Then we have email marketing and a whole lot of other stuff. So your role as a digital marketer is to generate leads. Kind of, you want to create brand awareness, you want more persons to know about that particular business you're promoting, you want your business to get a wider reach, you want more persons to know about it. So if you're selling soap here, and any form of marketing that you're doing for more persons to know about the business you're doing, you're engaging in digital marketing. Okay, the next one is freelance writing. Freelance writing entails, we have copywriting and we have content writing. So I'll talk about copywriting first. And copywriting, it involves you using words to persuade people to take a particular action. Okay, you're using words to persuade people to take a particular action, usually in the form of advertising. And a lot of us know the popular what's this Airtel song, yeah, for I don't know how to sing it, but we shall know the for yeah. So someone that it's also someone that thought about it, composed it into an audio, and then they made a video about it. That's typically when you listen to that video, you be like, oh, what's this thing talking about? You want to go and press star 444 on your Airtel lines. Oh, this that means they want you to know more about it. And when you click the number, you don't just know more about it, you also want to go take a next step or take the next action. Okay, what's the next thing to do? Okay, so that's those kind of things, or anything you're doing, you're persuading people to take a particular action. The action could be that you want them to either make a purchase, you want them to click on a link, you want them to donate to a cause, or probably schedule a consultation. That's copywriting. And whatever materials that is produced, okay, can be published as either prints. You can have them in written words, you can have them in videos, and that's why we have sales pages that are composed of what do we call it, written words. Then we also have video sales pages where probably the person who owns the course or someone is just, you're watching a video but the person is trying to persuade you to take a particular action. That's copywriting. The beautiful thing about copywriting is that I'm a copywriter. And then it's something that I do not know exactly how to explain how copywriting makes me feel. It just makes me feel like me. Like I just tell my table and then I think, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I make people to do this? How do I convince them to do this? And then scribble it down in a paper. And then it gets to, I'm not trying to say copywriting is easy. No, but it's fun. Okay, so the next one is what? Content writing. Yeah, I know some of us will say, content writing and copywriting, are they not the same thing? No. Content writing is different. Copywriting is different. Now, content writing, you're just producing relevant, engaging written content for the purpose of brand awareness and building your brand. I know some of us here are we have businesses on Facebook or any other social media platform, and each time you're struggling with, oh, how do I want to write something, I write something, I want to write something, I want to do this. The reason why you're doing that, or whatever thing you're doing, is content marketing. You're doing it because you want more persons to know about your business. You don't care if they buy now. You just want them to know about your business. You want them to know so that whenever they want to buy, they can now remember, oh, Nkechi. I think I see Nkechi's post most times. I think Nkechi sells cream. I think Nkechi sells shoe. But I think Adobe sells this. It's probably because it's not probably, it's because you're putting up content. You're putting out content every day. So you're doing that to grow your brand. So, and most times, content writing is devoid of persuasion. You are not persuading them like what we have in copywriting. So one can say that the difference between copywriting and content marketing is the content marketing is devoid of persuasion. You're not using persuasive words because we have words that are persuasive. So basically we can say that a content writer informs people, while a copywriter sells. That's the major difference between the two of them. The next one is web design. Oh, I want to own a website. Oh, I don't want to be selling on Facebook again. Facebook can crash. Facebook can do this. Or maybe you have an Instagram page and it has been taken down a lot of times. Or Uncle Mark can just come and say, oh yeah, like me, they've restricted my page a lot of time. So for persons like us, or just let's not get to that. As the name implies, web design is just the process of creating a website. That's just it. So the process of creating a website to reflect your brand or provide information to ensure probably a user-friendly experience. That's what web design is. I know some of us we have some of us here have websites, some of us do not, or most of us would have visited a web page. Okay, you know how a website is, what it entails. It's someone that did that. And the good thing about this is that every day people are moving away from social media to create their own page, to create their own website, devoid of any restriction, devoid of any issues or challenges. I'm not trying to say that most websites are hitch free, no. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is that it's web design is something that most people are doing, or people would still want to do because they need it for their business. Okay, so if you have interest in designing websites, fine, go ahead, know more or learn more about web design, what it entails, begin to talk about it and watch people come to you and sell your skill to them. The next is the UI UX design, the user interface and the user experience design. Okay, for the UI, which is the user interface, it's just the aesthetic elements by which people interact with the product. Like when you get to a web page or a website, you see like something like the menu, the icon, the colors, the look and feel. Like I know sometimes I go to a website, I'm like, what's this? Like it's not organized. Like it's the work of a user, it's the work of a UI UX designer or the UI designer. Okay, do both of them work hand in hand. It's the duty of someone to create that aesthetic feel. Like you come to a website, you're already thrilled. You're like, wow, even before you go ahead to make any purchase or do anything, you're like, wow, this is so nice, this looks so, wow, this website or this, it was someone that actually designed it. Okay, so that is what the UI means. The user experience is just you planning the experience of a person has when they interact. Okay, you want people when they come, they click on this thing is working, they do this is working. It's actually someone that did all those things. And just like I talked about in the web design, these are skills that when you learn them or when you master them, you can easily sell it. Because thank God for the internet, thank God for our Obasanjo internet. Every business, or I would not say every business, most businesses now have an online presence. Okay, so if you also want to go into freelancing, it's good you learn any of the skill. The next one is video editing. Like now I'm actually making a video. I complained last night that I had little or no chance to edit. Now if I had, if it was, if maybe the video was something that I was going to put out on a very high rated platform that I wouldn't want errors to be on, I will simply employ the services of a video editor. The person goes through my video, makes some corrections, cuts off some things, and gives me the final result. That is it. So basically, if the person is doing that, that means the person is manipulating the video or rearranging the different shots and scene to create a new work. Okay, so usually what I gave out yesterday was a raw file, it was untouched. So video editing simply means you will now rearrange all those things. Maybe say, ah, this place is not good, you remove it. Some of us say we do it with our phone. Maybe if you want to post reels on Instagram or Facebook, yeah, you post some videos, you make some videos, you're doing a video for your product, you notice that, oh, I didn't do this, so you cut it off and do that. That is video editing you're doing, but you're not doing it as a professional, because at that level you cannot say you want to sell your skill. But there are softwares that people can do. There are persons that they do that as their business. This is what they do. They sell it to others. They know, even if you make the video in a very noisy environment, they know how to use voice cancellation software or device and make it so loud and clear. So that is what video editing is. So you're just rearranging a raw video and making it, creating it more, modifying the original one so it creates a new one. Okay, there are softwares that people use, and there are softwares that people use for video editing, and we can say that video editing is just post production. We have video editing everywhere, every aspect of that. So long as you're doing something that requires recording, you need a video editor. So it's something that most persons need. The next thing is graphics design. I know a lot of us now, some of us now, we have Canva, a lot of us. But the fact that you have Canva on your phone does not mean that you're a graphic designer, except if you have mastered the skill of graphics design. A lot of us can do designs, or can design things for maybe our friend or our relative. I can do it. If you can do it, what's stopping you from going ahead to do it? Okay, with graphic designs, you're just using colors, you're using shapes, you're using images and words to convey information to the audience. Okay, so even this flyer, this class that we're having now, the flyer I posted, it was designed by a graphic designer and I paid for it. So you see, this is something that people, and I'm sure that if I want to organize another class in the future, I'll still pay a graphic designer for that. So these are the reasons why we say there are high income skills. These are skills that people will keep needing. People must keep using them. Okay. In addition, I think there are about 3 skills that I forgot to include here. We have translation. Translation. In translation, you're converting maybe a video or a written text from one language to the other. That's translation. Then we have transcription. With translation, sorry, just hold on. With translation, you're just converting from one language to the other. Okay, it pays well. Even here in Nigeria, we have people that have good command of the Yoruba language, or even French or German. We have people that are good in some of these languages. So what stops you from going on to any of these freelance sites? Basically, what you're doing or what you're going to be doing is just going to translate these documents from, maybe you have a document in English and then you need someone to translate it to French. You look at the documents and then do that. Is another skill that you can also sell to others. Then we have transcription. We have transcription. Sorry, I mistakenly offed my mic. I didn't know when I did that. We have transcription too, where you're converting a video to a text. There was a time I offered that service, but though it was quite stressful, you need the soft pedal and a whole lot of other things. So with transcription, what you're just going to be doing is, maybe you have a video or an audio conversation, okay, and sometimes we even have, I don't know if any of us have listened to an audio book. It was someone that read it out, but it was not the person that wrote it. I know of Tony Robbins. I had once listened to one of his books on, it was an audio, a podcast or an audio version of his book. I know in the initial stage he said he gave the brief introduction, then afterwards he said someone was going to be reciting it. That's transcription. Okay, I'm not trying to say transcription is basically from, what I'm trying to say is that transcription, you're just changing the form. Okay, it could be a video, you're converting it to a text, or maybe it's going to be a written word and then you're converting it to an audio, things like that. Then we also have virtual assistants. Virtual assistant is not included here, but I just remembered it. For virtual assistants, it's just the same thing as you being an assistant to someone. But now the difference is that you're not there in the physical setting, like the physical office setting. You're doing it from the comfort of your home. Okay, and as a virtual assistant, you take up roles, you take calls, you do some of them even extend to managing their social media platforms, attending to customers, and some of them also include customer services that you do, and a whole lot of other stuff. So this is just what I have to talk about on this, what I have to say about these high income skills. Just like I said earlier, if any of these skills piques your interest, okay, find time, learn how to learn and master it. The money is not in just learning it, the money is in mastering. Okay, because nobody wants to work with a mediocre. Maybe you start something today and then you provide something that is not even worth it. Nobody wants to do that. Okay, I'm not trying to say if you don't have experience or you've not yet mastered that you shouldn't go into it. No, but you can start and then you learn as you go. Okay, let's proceed. Now that let's assume that we now have a high income skill, we have taken time to learn about the skills. What then do you do? Remember I had initially said, I said you need three things, right? You need the skill. Then the second thing is you need where to sell the skill. Okay, you need a mobile device and then you need where to sell the skill. So now let's look at where to sell the skill. How can you find clients who will pay you in dollars? Okay, how do you find these clients? There are three various ways to find these clients. The first one, we have the freelance platforms. We have outbound marketing where you reach out, and then we have the inbound marketing where you attract this client. Let's look at the freelance platforms. There are a lot of freelance platforms, but I'll just be listing these examples. You have Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, Jobble, freelancer.com, FlexJobs, Guru, etc. etc. Now these platforms, all these platforms that I listed here are where freelancers can go to and apply for specific jobs and in these platforms, you have people who want to hire freelancers. So when you get to these platforms, you see jobs that are posted. Jobs, maybe someone will say, I need a graphic designer, I need a video editor, I need this, I need that. So basically, for these freelance platforms, when you get there, you see these jobs. The recruiters have already posted the job. So your role as a freelancer now is to convince whoever is recruiting that you're capable of rendering whatever services that you're required of. There are lots and lots of these platforms. They are just like I said earlier, but there are lots of them. Now it's good for you to know that it's not just enough for you to register on a platform and say you have registered. No, you need to convince whoever that is recruiting you that you are capable of doing the work. And one of the ways to do that is to optimize your profile. You need your profile to be well aligned and your job proposals well written. If you don't know how to do this, you don't need to worry. Tomorrow, that's what we'll be discussing tomorrow, how to write proposals. We'll talk about that. Let's just proceed. Then outbound marketing. Outbound marketing is just reaching out. You're reaching out to these potential clients. Okay, you're finding these customers wherever they are. You're looking for them. You don't wait for them. You know, in freelance platforms, they already posted, I need this. You now go and convince them that you can do it. Outbound marketing, you look for those clients. You look for them. You don't wait for them to look for you. You look for them, find them, tell them, oh, I can do this for you. Okay, tell them, oh, I see you're having this problem, I can do this for you. And examples of the ways you can do this outbound marketing is what we call cold emailing, cold calling, or you're running ads. Running ads, it's more like, maybe if you're a graphics designer, you could just run an ad telling people that you design, that you're a graphic designer, that you can do this for them. You may not necessarily, running ads is different because you may not necessarily know who your audience are. You just put it out that you're doing this. If you're interested, reach out to me. With cold emailing and cold calling, for two of these things, you must have carried out an aggressive research. Now, nobody wants to come into or have someone come into their DM spewing trash. Okay, that's why I said for you to do these things, you must have done proper research on the particular person or the company that you're reaching out to, so that you don't go there and flop. Now let's take for instance that I'm a video editor and I want to reach out to probably a course creator, or a course creator that teaches with videos. Now what's the first thing that you do? You take time and go through the person's video courses. Okay, identify issues that they have. You must have to identify issues. Don't just go there and say blah blah blah. You must identify a problem. Identify a problem that they have. Okay, first of all, you do a research. Remember, you do a research, and then you talk about that client. So you do a research first of all and identify their problem. Find out the problem that they are having in their business. Okay, when you find out that problem, you can now write to them and say, hi, my name is Mary Ann. I realized that you're a content creator. This is that I've gone through your videos and understood that you need this. Your videos have, just find a way of addressing their pain point. When you address a person's pain point, the person will be like, oh, this guy really understands what he or she is doing. When you identify the pain point, like let's say that there are glitches in their video, and then you come up with, I can help you solve it. How? You talk about how to tackle it. Just give one or two sentences about how you're going to help them tackle it, and then you give a clear, what to call a clear call to action. How do you want them to reach out to you? Do you want them to send you a mail, or maybe reply to your DM, or reply to the message you sent to their DM, or another call to action? Please, with this, always ensure that you're specific. Don't write, in fact, don't even pass one page. If you're sending a mail, let it not be more than one page. If I let it not even be more than one page. If you're calling out, structure your words. Don't go and start blabbing. No. And that is why I said, if you're going to be doing cold emailing, please ensure you've done a proper research. Like, you have followed the person around. You have, if the person has a website, you have gone there. If the person puts up content, you have gone there. If the person is complaining of low sales, you have seen it. You must have to identify a pain point, the problem your client is having, so that you don't just go there and flop. Okay, that's all for outbound marketing. Now Okay, this is an example that I picked from the internet where I don't know if it's, yeah, this outbound marketing. This guy, this lady, sorry, reached out to over 100, sent over 100 messages, okay, to people for him to start, for her to start up this business. Listen at what, look at what is written there. 18 days ago, I started running my agency again. Within one day, I got my first client for $1,200. Today, I closed my second client for 2,400. So what does he do? He creates content on Instagram and does ghostwriting on Twitter. One of the reasons why I put this out here is for you to see. I sent over 100 DMs. Did you see that? I've had a lot of persons come to my DM to say, I've not landed any client. Then I ask them, how many proposals have you sent out? They say 10. I say, you have not really done something. Is it because you're getting no? Some of us get no and then they give up. You like get used to getting no. Like me now, if you tell me no, it doesn't hurt me anymore because I know that sometime or along the line I'm going to get a yes, and that yes is going to be, it's going to make you overjoyed. So please, if you're here and you've already mastered a skill, but you have a problem with how to sell it, people don't want to respond to you, nobody cares about you, please, it doesn't matter even if your family member says no to you. You shouldn't give a hoot about it. So long as you know what you're doing and you're doing it well, keep reaching out to people. Keep reaching out to people. Send that email. Structure it very well. Send it out. It does not matter. Okay, please. I'm just doing this to tell us that there are a lot of persons making money on the internet. But then most of us are stuck with it's not easy. If it's not easy, it's not somebody that used to do it. I'm an Igbo. Ndị Igbo say, or let me not speak it, but they said in Igbo, they said difficult things, that it's people that do difficult things, or difficult things are done by people. So those people that do those things, they do not have 7 heads. They do not have 7 brains. They are human beings like you and I. So what's stopping you? What's preventing you from taking that action? Oh, because I'm tired. It does not matter. Take it from someone who has been there. It does not matter. Okay? Please. Now, another thing I want to point out is if you're sending out cold email, please, it's very important. You can actually say, oh, I've done so and so work for so and so clients. Just one sentence. You don't need to say a lot of things. Okay, it's just more like you're building authority. You want this person that you're reaching out to know that, oh, that you're worthy of doing this work, or this is something that you have done. Okay. And the next one, inbound marketing or client attraction. Now, you're attracting these customers to you. You're attracting them. So you remember the first one, we talked about the freelance platforms. Recruiters put out the work. You go and tell them you can do it and you apply. You send in a proposal. The second one, outbound. You're reaching out to these clients to also tell them you can do it. And then this third one we have the inbound marketing, where you're attracting these clients to you. So how? How? How do you do it? You use your social media platforms. You use your social media platform. That is when or where content marketing comes in. You want to sell yourself. Now, now let's assume that you're a graphics designer and you tell people, oh, I'm a graphics designer, okay? And then every day you're sharing comedy or comic videos. Okay, maybe when someone gets to your wall, you're only sharing comic videos or doing some other things that is not even related to what you're doing. Okay, you want people to message, and before they message, you want to, like, if someone comes to your profile, the person needs to see. Okay, another instance is if you're selling shoe, or you say you're selling shoe, but every day you're doing cruise posts all the time on Facebook. You've never for once talked about the shoe you're selling, or probably you're just advertising for your friends. Every day you're sharing your friends' posts. I'm not in any way trying to say that sharing your friends' posts is not good, no. But you want people to reach out to you because you want to make money. You want to get clients that will message you. So for you to get these clients, you have to put out valuable content. Okay? Now, you cannot be like me now. Most times if I put out some content, I don't even know what I put out, because me, I know most times I don't do clients, I don't do inbound marketing. I just do every other form, the outbound and then the freelance platform. You can choose any of these three methods or these three ways to attract your clients. You can use any of them. But let's say for instance that you're a graphic designer, okay, and all the time, okay, I've made that instance before, and all the time you're posting things that are not related to graphic design. Okay, you could post works that you've done for your clients. If you've done any work for your clients, you could post it. Okay, write about it. Post how or post testimonials. I think business people do that a lot. Someone sells shoe and then they post reviews. You do that. If you don't do any of these, that means you want your client's attraction method to suffer. Like if you don't do any of this, you want people, when people reach out to you, they'll be like, give one coin and name it, or what does this person do? Because nobody knows what you're doing. So that's just it. So now we've talked about the freelance platforms, the outbound marketing, the inbound marketing, and these are basically the three ways that you can land clients if you have already mastered your skill. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you all here today. This is about 31, almost 32 minutes video. Please take your time and go through this video. Okay, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the Telegram group. If you have any question or suggestions that you want to offer, you could just drop them in the Telegram group and I'll be glad to go through them and read them. Remember I said that for outbound marketing you must have to do a research. Okay, do a research, identify the pain point that your customer, identify a pain point your customer is having. Tell them how you can help them solve the problem, and then tell them what next to do. How do they reach out to you? Thank you so much, and have a great day. Thank you.